Hi everybody and welcome to Everyday Whiskey. I'm Mike.
And I'm Dan, and today's episode we're going to call Happy Hour. Basically because we're doing a cocktail episode today where we're going to do Old Fashions. You know, it's one of the most prototypical whiskey cocktails, super simple to make. We're doing one made with a low-tiered whiskey being Henry McKenna. It's anywhere between $14.99 to $16.99 per liter. We're doing one with Ridgemont 1792 Special Reserve, about $30 a bottle, right in your mid-tier. And then we're doing a mystery bottle at the end. That's going to be your high-end. And this is going to be anywhere from $80 up to
a lot of dollars. I might get crucified for this by some people, but
we're definitely going against some
we're breaking a lot of laws.
Yeah, we're breaking some bourbon rules today. For sure.
This is not this might not go over well with some of you, but
it's your bottle, so you might get the death threats.
That's all right. That's fine. I'm ready to accept.
But yeah, so we're doing the old fashions. Basically, an old fashioned, it's going to be 2 teaspoons of simple syrup, 2 teaspoons of club soda and/or just water. You're gonna do 3 dashes of bitters. Top it off. Yeah, you're gonna throw a maraschino cherry in there. And you're going to do anywhere between 1 and 2 ounces of bourbon, depending on how strong you like your old fashioned. I did 2 ounces in every single one of these.
Yeah. We like them strong.
So yeah, the idea of this is to see. Basically, the idea of this episode is to see if the cheaper ones taste better, or if spending the money is really worth it. I think what we did with the higher end one is kind of like,
the higher end one's going to be completely ridiculous. No one's probably going to have this around to make, but it's going to be really fun to do for us.
I think it might be the first time it's been done on camera. It probably might have been done before, but it might be the first time it's done on camera. It's kind of like taking care of a headache with a shotgun to the face.
The good news is, if you do want a higher end one, I think if you were to go to a bar, $17.92 is probably going to max out your higher end anyway.
Yeah, so $17.92 is definitely like it's right in there with like Bullet and like Knob Creek and stuff like that. Like definitely like that's. If you're gonna specify a brand, at a bar, you're gonna say like $17.92 and Coke, Bull and Coke, Knob and Coke.
Yeah, you're not just gonna order a regular cocktail because then you're guaranteed well whiskey or whatever that is. But I think, for the most part, not a lot of people, if they're out drinking old fashions at a bar rather than making them at home, they're gonna go much more expensive than something like the $30 to $40 price range. Yeah. But if you're at home, sure, go crazy, but usually however expensive bottles you want, and that's what we're gonna do.
But at a bar, definitely like a $30 bottle is kind of what I look to. Like 30 to 40 is kind of where I look to if I'm gonna get like a pour of whiskey. I just can't order Knob at a bar because I just will start laughing about 3 drinks in, profusely laughing.
Yeah.
Because it just plays over my head.
Oh, it also helps to inquire the price per shot when you're ordering at a bar, because we had one mishap that was really funny. This guy.
Somebody accidentally ordered a $35 shot, and then somebody over here goes, "Put it back in the bottle." Put it back in the bottle. Like, that was a freaking option. Like, that's an option.
Yeah, so when you're making your cocktails, especially if you're having a bartender do it for you and you want something a little more premium, be sure to inquire about the price first, because you might be surprised at what they charge.
Exactly. Or the bartender should tell you how much it is before you drink it.
The bartender should do that too.
Because it was halfway down. It was halfway down my intestinal tract by the time she told me the freaking price point.
Sorry,
and then it almost took it. And then it almost took the express route out.
That was funny. That was a good night.
All right, so back to what we're doing here. So we are doing old fashions right here. So I just told you what's in this. So this is the low-tiered whiskey. This is going to be your Henry McKenna Sour Mash. So Henry McKenna is a really big name in whiskey, or bourbon in general. So they make we featured it already on an episode. They make a 10-year single-barrel bottle and bond, which is absolutely one of the best bang-for-your-buck bourbons ever. $50 price point. Drinks like a $100 bottle. It's amazing. So this one is basically the same mash bill as that 10-year. But they let the mash sour, so sour mash, much cheaper, much more affordable. Still a really great drinking whiskey. You're going to get a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of spice on the nose, and then you get a little bit of alcohol astringency.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, because it's a cheaper whiskey, so that's going to come with the territory of spending less money.
Finished as some other ones will be, so.
But just like, when your grandmother was making her famous penne vodka sauce, sometimes the cheaper stuff actually does a job when you're mixing it into stuff.
the point of this is to see if that applies to cocktails too with bourbons.
I really hope it doesn't.
Yeah, I kind of hope it doesn't.
I really hope it doesn't for our sake.
You know, you would think in a cocktail. See, the thing with like penny vodka, you're cooking down alcohol anyway, so it's really that's why you can use the cheaper stuff.
Try the cocktail, buddy.
But the cocktail, you're just drinking it straight up. So we're anticipating the higher ends to make a better drink, but we could be wrong.
Well, that's what we're hoping, just so we don't get a bunch of hate mail.
Yeah.
All right, cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Well then, we're leaving that in.
All right, so we're gonna give you.
This is actually really good,
right? I love old fashions. So little quick history on Henry McKenna. You know, this is where you start like that boring background music.
Yeah. Yeah, this is history time. So.
All right, so Henry McKenna was a Irish settler who basically in the 1830s brought his family's whiskey recipe to Kentucky. Mm-hmm. He is basically known as one of the 4 founders of bourbon, and he created America's / Kentucky's first table bourbon. Yep. First accessible bourbon, that was first accessible bourbon that was able to be gotten by the masses. This is basically what you would call an old man bourbon, just because it's vanilla, it's caramel, it's oak. It's very simple, very simplistic.
It makes a fantastic.
You try it by itself, it's not great, it's not bad. It's definitely made for making cocktails. But I drank it neat, and I'm completely fine with that.
And this is a fantastic cocktail. I'm not a big old-fashioned drinker or a Manhattan drinker. Usually when it comes to bourbon, I'm just neat in the glass. Occasionally I'll put some ice in there or some
I think we should do like a point system. So like we should like let's go like 1 through 5, and we'll combine the points, and that'll be the score for the bottle. Okay,
let's do it.
All right, so let's take a sip.
All right.
1 sip.
Everybody knows the rules.
I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna go with. I really like it, so I'm gonna go with like a 3.
I can see that.
So 1 being the worst, 5 being the best.
You know, I'm not too into old fashions, but this one's really. I'm enjoying this a lot. I might be right there with you, maybe a 3, 3.5.
So we're gonna go with a 6.
I don't want to give it a 4 because a 4 is gonna be.
I think that's coming out swinging.
Yeah, 4 is a little high for this one, and I haven't had the other ones yet, so I don't know what I'm basing on.
So
but I think a 3.5 is fair, right around there.
I like that.
So 6 overall. Let's just say 6 overall.
So 6. All right. So 6 points overall for the Henry McKenna for the cocktail.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On to the next one. Mike.
Oh boy. All right.
I'll hold the bottle here so I'm closest. So this is
we got
Ridgemont.
1792 by Ridgemont. This is an 8-year high rye. It's 93.7 proof, so it's definitely going to be
your cocktail,
a lot hotter than most. I like the bourbon. I mean, I haven't had too many Ridgemonts. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but it's quite a good bourbon.
It's another Sazerac product.
It's
Sazerac made at Buffalo Trace.
You're getting quality right off the bat there. So this we chose as our mid tier because again it's in that like $30, $40 price range. You could
30 to 40 depending on where you go.
And you know what? Honestly, we're basing this off of our finances. So for us, that's about a mid tier bottle. 30 to 40.
No, that's definitely because we went 15
and then double
30 and then my God.
But there's some people that might see 30, 40 as a little higher. It's all personal preference. It depends on your financial situation.
I would say industry standards. This is mid tier.
Industry standards. This should be your mid tier going there. So you're gonna get a little bit of rye spice on there and some vanilla on the nose.
My drink Anita definitely got the rye for sure.
Because it's a high rye. So.
Rye, I always feel it in my whole chest. Where bourbon, I feel it.
Yeah, and we've mentioned before that we're not too big on ryes in general. We're much more just straight whiskey or bourbon drinkers. Ryes are they're hit or miss with both.
We're getting into it. I'm definitely getting into rye for sure.
That Willet 4-year?
The Willet 4-year, the E.H. Taylor straight rye. That's still my favorite rye I've ever had. The Muckley.
That one's hard to say. I can never pronounce that one right.
One thing I did figure we gotta say none of these brands are sponsoring the episode just for copyright reasons. So none of the brands you feature in this episode are sponsoring the episode.
No, not at all. This is all we buy these bottles, we supply these bottles, or we acquire them through other means, but they are all our personal collection.
Yeah, it's our personal collection. And we bought all these bottles.
Yeah, no one's sending us this. No one. Well, I mean, your buddy did send us that mystery bottle.
The mystery bottle, and then
that had like a whole bunch of stuff.
I got a couple of test samples and stuff like that today.
Yeah, but for the most part, if we do receive something from a test, like a sample bottle, that is from our industry and it's from our suppliers that we work with. It's not from other people sending them or the brands sending them. That is just because we're in the line of work. And
these are our friends who we want to see what you guys think of this, basically.
Yeah. But other than that, we finance this whole thing ourselves.
Yeah, trust me, my bank account hates it. So let's give
this a shot now. Cheers.
The rye changes this a lot. The amount of rye in that, you can taste it.
This is a lot spicier. A lot more oaky.
I don't know if I like it as much, though.
I don't know either.
Like, this one had more flavor. I think because this whiskey's so light, clean, and crisp, that it blends in better with all the other ingredients in the old-fashioned. The rye is so potent here that it's actually coming through, which, if you like a rye old-fashioned as opposed to a bourbon oldfashioned, this might be your thing, but it's not mine.
And the proof is, what,
80,
this is 80?
And this is 93.
So this is a lot hotter of a bourbon. This is much, much hotter. Let's put these both.
Well, it's just going to get hotter as we go, though.
I know. It's going to heat up a lot with the next one. But, I don't know. I'm kind of in... part of me wants to say I like the other one better, but part of me wants to
I like the other one better. So I'm going on the limb here saying I like the other one better.
I need to drink this one a little more. Because you know me, I kind of like my stuff to have a little kick in the ass there. So
this one has more of a kick for sure. This one's, and just so you know, I made sure every single cocktail we're gonna have tonight has the same exact proportions in it.
And we're making the last one on camera for anyone who may doubt it.
To prove you were actually using the bottle that we're using.
But I think, you know what I think this one is? I think you make this one when you only want one drink at the end of the night and you want it to be a good
this
drink.
Is like a 3-drink.
This, if you're like, I'm having, let's say you're hanging out, you're like, you know what, I'm drinking old fashions tonight, let's go, and you want to make a bunch of them, definitely that one is easier drinking, it's smoother.
And it's the more affordable one. It's more affordable option. Like, you could buy 2 of these than 1 of these. Alright, we gotta do scores.
Alright,
I'm going with a 2.5.
I'm still staying at a 3.
So we're at 5.5 on this one. So this is actually beating out.
Yeah, so far that's
so
high.
far low tier has beat out mid tier.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Once again, this is all opinion based. It's all personal preference. I could be pissing someone off with what I just said.
Yeah, exactly. There could be someone who's like, "Oh, you can't be. It's better whiskey. It's got to be a better drink." That's the whole point. We're trying to figure out if it is a better whiskey. Is it a better drink or is it not? You
gotta get the.
We gotta see what happens here. Obviously, these are all going to be a step above your well vodka, or not vodka.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm saying vodka.
Your well vodka?
Your well whiskeys and your well bourbons.
This is not everyday vodka.
Yeah, I know. This is all going to be a step above that, because this is designed for, the consumers at home making these, so, that's right off the bat, so you really can't use the argument, oh, it's cheaper, it's going to be crappier, because we're not getting that low. This isn't really, you're never going to find this in a well, so.
But, like I said, I'm glad that we're using drastically different whiskeys because you can see what each whiskey does to the old fashioned as far as what flavors come out, what flavors get reduced, overall body of the drink.
Both of these drinks right here, this one is completely different than this one, even though they both have the same ingredients, which is bourbon, simple syrup, club, bitters,
and the cherry and an orange slice.
And an orange.
I always got to garnish with an orange and/or use some sort of orange extract, which I really don't like when people use like triple sec in these.
Yeah.
I see people use triple sec and that's like too sweet.
Yeah, it's natural just added sugar at that point.
Yeah, you want the natural brine of the orange in it because just to add, it's a compliment, not to overpower. Because the whole point of an old fashioned is for the bourbon to be the star of the show.
Yeah. Typically you'd use the zest of the orange too, which that means just the skin, but you can just throw the slice in there. We didn't squeeze them out in here. So,
no, I just dropped it in. I didn't want to squeeze it out to change it at all.
Let the orange naturally diffuse throughout the drink, but yeah, I know.
All right, so
it's time for the surprise bottle.
So ready? I'm gonna do the little drum roll here.
Power these out after the episode.
I'm already heady on that one. All right,
that's all right. All right, so he's going to get set up to make it because he knows how to make it. I actually don't.
You intro the bottle. However you want to intro the bottle. I got to get ice for these things.
Oh, yeah, we need some ice. But now we're going to do the high-end one. So a lot of people might be. I posted something on the Instagram, see if you want to guess what we're going to use. And so far, there's been a pattern. We went 15, 30. So naturally, you'd think we'd double this to a $60 bottle. Well, I had the fine idea of saying, nah, nix that. Let's go extravagant and let's do something completely off the wall. We're proving a point, as Dan says. So what I'm about to break out, I guarantee someone's gonna have some sort of negative comment to make, or just
negative comment. You might see the hatchet thrown through our window.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's my bottle. I spent my money on it. I can do whatever I want with it. So Anyway, without further ado, let's take out the Pappy 10-year.
Old Rip Van Winkle 10-year.
Old Rip 10. Yes, that's what we're going with for our high end. Now, this, as you can see, is not a $60 bottle. We don't go to 15 to 30 to 60. We're going from 15 to 30 to
300.
3 to 500, depending on where. I won't say what I bought this for, because again,
that's
in the
not
industry,
right.
I had
help
resources. I have a lot more easier ways to acquire these.
Normally,
bottles.
with these kind of bottles, you need to be on a waiting list, and you need to be somebody's friend.
Yeah. Let's just put this into perspective. We saw it was the 23-year in a local store selling for almost $5,000.
No, it was 2,500.
Or was it 25?
Yeah,
it was 2,500. Yeah. So obviously 10 and 23, there's a lot in between there, but yeah, most people you could find this online for between $300 to $500. I mean, the resale on this is absolutely insane. And most people don't. I'm probably gonna get crucified for already how much is missing out of the bottle. I mean, I'm definitely no stranger.
There's a good old saying: good whiskey is not to be saved; it's to be enjoyed with friends.
Why am I gonna spend X amount of money on this bottle and not enjoy it? I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's like people who buy a really high-end car and don't even drive.
Give me Excalibur.
Have Excalibur. So yeah, this is. I've never made a cocktail with it though, so this is gonna be a first.
You're not supposed to do this.
Yeah, you're really not supposed.
This is painful to do. Like, I really don't want to be.
Painful to watch.
I'm gonna assume that that's actually not at a bad
Thank you,
level.
Peanut Gallery.
Yeah. That's probably not at a bad level of consumption. I mean, this bottle is 2 years old.
No, that's fine. It's not empty.
Yeah, I haven't gone too hard on it, but oh boy.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to start off by saying I have had this many a times. Let's put this right in the middle. She's the star of the show right now.
Yeah. Oh, shit. I gotta get, yeah, fuck it. We're going in with this.
So, yeah, I've had this numerous times, and it's hot. It's a pretty hot bourbon. It's
107 proof.
107 proof.
10 years old.
So 10-year aged. There's a lot of different characteristics that come out in this. Oak is definitely present. That heat is there from the alcohol because of the high proof. But overall, it's a fantastic bourbon. With that being said, if I was not...
Let's pull everything off and just leave that.
Alright, yeah, pull it all off. If I was not in the industry that I'm in, believe it or not, I would not go seeking out these bottles. I think, even though they're good,
you can get a little bit better for way less money.
Yes, you can get a lot better for way less. This is kind of like a novelty to me. I feel like it's just like, oh, you know what? You should own one at one point in time in history. But
you get little things for the cherries. My hands are very sticky now.
Yeah, maraschino and cherries are like gross.
But it's part of the drink.
I mean, they're delicious, but they make you sticky. But yeah, I wouldn't go... If I was just an average Joe, and I definitely wouldn't go crazy seeking one of these out.
No, I think you're better off just buying, you can get some rare bottles, but they're going to be around all year round. Yeah. They just may come in, allocated drops. Mm-hmm. I think your Bland's is a phenomenal bottle. Your Willet 7-year Pasta is a phenomenal bottle. It's always around. Willet 4 Your Eyes, always
that
around.
One that we just picked up.
Henry McKenna 10-year.
We haven't featured that on the show yet, have we?
No, we're doing a whole Willet episode, so you won't see anything until we actually do the episode. One thing I do like about this bottle, though, the 10-year, is that it's the most affordable out of the antique collection. Also, they do something very cool and different, whereas most of the antique collection is either unfiltered or barrel strength or cask strength. Mm-hmm. This one, at the end of it, correct me if I'm wrong, they actually add a little limestone water at the end of the aging process to bring the proof down from barrel strength, so it technically isn't in the barrel strength category.
Anyway.
So cheers to your old Rip Van Winkle Old Fashions.
Wow, I can smell already.
That's the best one. I like that one a lot. I just like.
Oh yeah.
It's like so cinnamony.
Oh my god.
You get so much cinnamon. I was kind of hoping.
The oak. There I go with the smoking oak again.
Smoking the oak,
smoke,
and
the
it's
oak.
fucking good.
There's just that perfect amount of burn, or Kentucky hug, as we like to say. This is well rounded.
That's a good
This
cocktail.
is like an in between of both of these. So this first one we had was really sweet, really smooth, really easy drinking.
Second one had a little more rye spice.
This one was pretty, yes, the rye spice was there, and it got pretty hot. It was pretty hot, the burn was there. But this one is like kind of a mix of both. It's like right in between there. You get it's sweet, it's oaky, there's vanilla, there's the smoke.
It's like everything
there.
I want in like an old fashioned. Like
It
you get
really
you
is.
get cinnamon, you get vanilla, you get a little bit of wood, and there's enough booze to really kick it in the ass, and it still tastes good.
It tastes like the name Old Fashioned. Like if Old Fashioned had a taste, that's this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the taste that comes to mind when I hear the drink Old Fashioned.
Well, yeah, because it is old fashioned. It's just one of the oldest. No, not oldest distilleries, because technically it's Buffalo Trace, Sazerac. Once again, we did feature two Sazerac items on here, being the 1792 and this. But it's one of the oldest names in whiskey. Mm-hmm. Period. With the Van Winkle name on any bottle means it's going to be a pricey bottle.
Oh yeah.
So the whole thing with these though is you're supposed to only drink these neat. You're not supposed to tamper with it.
You shouldn't be doing what we're doing right now.
It's supposed to be enjoyed in its most pure form.
Yeah, but whatever. That's the point of our chat. We're bourbon enthusiasts.
Yeah, we're bourbon
enthusiasts.
enthusiasts.
Not serious either. Yeah. We like to have fun. And we were discussing we were trying to figure out for quite a while.
Yeah, what we're gonna do.
High-end bourbon we're gonna do. And I literally just pulled this out of my ass the other night and was like, you know what? Let's use my Pappy 10. I mean, if we're gonna go obscure, let's really go obscure. And
I think if you play the text back, so I'm like, yeah, let's piss some people off.
Yeah. But it makes it. This is a fantastic old fashioned. Like holy.
No, it's really good. Like I said, and once again, everything was made in the same exact ingredients, same proportions. That way, everything's easy. But all right, so I'm going
5.
I'm going 4.
Oh,
I'm going on a 4. I'm not making it perfect. Nothing can be perfect.
Oh, I thought you said I'm going 4. It's like, whoa, how are you just going to tell me my rating? Like,
No, I'm going with a 4. You went with 5?
I'm going with a 5.
So that's a 9.
For me, this is what I want. When I order an old fashioned, this is the flavor profile that I want.
Let's run back to the scores. So the Henry McKenna, first bottle we tried here, Sour Mash, $16.99 or $14.99 to $16.99 on your shelf. Got a score of a 6. The Ridgemont 1792 Reserve should be around $30 on everybody's shelf, at least in New Jersey. I got a 5.5.
Let's not even.
Yeah, so
let's not even go on the price because it varies.
No, I'm not. We can't disclose price on that, but you know
varies.
it's over $200 a bottle.
Yeah, it's way over what you're. Typically, we would consider your high end somewhere between $60 to $80. That's what we were gonna go for, and then I had the genius idea of just knocking that one out of the park and saying, "Let's go."
Yeah, no, screw a price point. Let's just make a point.
I mean, I already had the bottle, so it's not like I had to go out and spend $300 out of my pocket. Right.
Well, what I was kind of hoping was that this was not going to be good.
I actually was too. I was really hoping it would make a really horrible.
Yeah, and we could make the point like, oh, less is more. Da da da. Yeah. No, spend money. Just
and
spend money.
And we could also make the point you should not make drinks with this, but alas, we've kind of counteracted both those.
I remember I put ice in it one time and someone yelled at me. So let alone putting cherries and simple syrup and all that stuff in it. Like,
yeah, Kyle wouldn't like this at all.
No,
he would crucify us.
Kyle's probably gonna see this, so
yeah, hopefully he does. He'll crucify us for this because he's the one who originally yelled at you for putting it on the rocks.
I like my bourbon on the rocks.
That's fine. Everyone has their thing. I vary. To me, it kind of depends. If I'm having my Eagle Rare, I'll typically just pour that neat right out of the bottle, room temp. If it's something that I'm new to, I definitely go neat because I want the full effect right off the bat. But if it's something I'm new to and I'm not too fond of, yeah, I'll drop an ice cube in there or some water. Actually, you know what? I don't really like putting water in mine.
Scotch. Scotch, I put water in every time.
See, I don't like it.
Scotch, I think Scotch, you need water.
I don't know. I feel like, but see, then when it comes to Scotch, I really only drink one type of Scotch, and that's extremely fucking smoky. So
yeah, you drink Lagavulin.
And it's Lagavulin 16.
So you drink let's just say you drink Islay.
Islay, yeah.
You like Islay or
Island. I don't want to dumb down those flavors. I want all that smoke in there.
Don't worry, you can watch me do this.
Yeah, do it. don't be afraid to add a little bit in there. You know, it's bourbon.
It's about a shot.
We've had it for a while. You know, we got to kill it eventually. Can't last forever.
Nope.
Man, it's supposed
to be enjoyed.
I love the labeling. Don't you? Like, I just love their packaging.
It's just a pretty bottle. So
yeah.
I've personally had, as you saw in our first kickoff episode, I've owned the 15-year, which is unfortunately an empty bottle now, and I also right now, which you will see in a later episode, have the William LaRue Weller, which is part of the antique collection, unfiltered 8 to 9 year aged bourbon. Phenomenal. Like basically, if
we should go get a Stag Junior too.
Yeah, I have them still.
Oh, you did?
I can get one.
You know what we should do?
I can find one.
We should do my crossbred tequila that was aged in the George T. Stag.
And then compare it to the... Yeah, that would work. That would work.
I don't have a bottle of Stag, but I do have this very... I'll say... I don't want to say very rare, because I really don't know how rare it is, but I do know it's very allocated, a bottle of tequila that is aged in George T. Stag barrels. So we will feature that eventually and do a cool crossover episode because it tastes like straight bourbon. It's good.
But I think that's gonna pretty much do it for this one, though.
Yeah,
we made a point that you need to spend $500 to have a good old fashioned.
You got to spend.
It was the point I didn't want to have to make. No, I'm just kidding. So like, whatever type of whiskey you like is what goes best in your old fashioned.
Yeah.
Like whatever your favorite whiskey is, that's what your favorite old fashioned is going to be.
We've proved more or less is that pretty much anything other than well will make a really
definitely.
fine
And this would be considered well at some bars. So we went from well to premium to beyond ultra premium. But as we always say at the end of every episode, please click the bell for your notifications so you can see when we actually post some new content. Yes. Please like the video. Please comment on this video. Negative or positive? I'm thinking more negative.
I'm thinking more negative with this one.
And please subscribe to the Everyday Whiskey channel. Please subscribe to the Everyday Whiskey Facebook page. And please follow us on Instagram so you can see some...
Everyday Whiskey 1.
Everyday _ Whiskey 1.
You know.
Because that one guy's a douche.
Yeah, guy has the rights to our name.
I think we've trashed him in almost every episode.
Yeah, probably have.
But please, definitely follow us on all of our social media so that you can see what we're doing every day, see what's coming up on the next episodes, and as I always say at the end of every episode, thank you for watching, enjoy your week, and cheers.